What's going on, guys? I'm the Stock Boy. Welcome to my channel. Today I got another fun one for you. GTA's European mid-engine sports cars are going to be going at it. The brand new Panthere is going to be taking on the Growler, as well as the Ocelot Locust, two of my all-time favorite GTA cars. Of course, we're going to be using all my custom test tracks. At the end, I'll give you my performance index for each of these cars, so you'll know which one to take stock in. Yeah, that was pretty corny. I guess I get corny when I'm excited, and I love when I get to show you one of my favorite cars, but in this video, I get to show you two, maybe three. Plus, we've got 60-foot times now. We're going to the 8th mile line, and we're going to see which one gets there first, just barely the Panthere over the Locust. Getting to this quarter mile, we still have an edge for the Panthere, but only by about 1/10 of a second. Those cars are pretty similar when it comes to those acceleration rates. Now my all-time favorite, the Growler. Can the Panthere keep up with my favorite car, the best car in GTA? It's got the edge coming off the line there. You can see just barely getting to the 8th mile line. It actually extends the lead a little bit, but it's not going to extend the lead by quite as much on the way to the quarter mile, and the Growler starts to catch up if we go down to the half mile there. So this is a really close group of cars when you look at acceleration. Quarter mile times only separated by 1/10 of a second. 8th mile times, I mean, you're only talking about 100ths of a second. These cars really similar when it comes to acceleration. That's going to be a lot of fun, and this video is going to get a little crazy as we go along. 279 horsepower for the Locust on my dyno. How fast is it going to be here? And with my Growler, how's it going to do now? It's been nerfed and unnerfed and jacked up all sorts of ways by Rockstar. The new Panthere looks fantastic. How's it going to do here on my speedway? Well, top speed-wise, it's not bad. 128.2 miles an hour. That's pretty solid. The Locust and Growler a little bit behind, but again, these cars only separated by 4 miles an hour, so pretty close so far. Now, though, we are at my test track. We got to see how these things do here, and I will say, this is where it gets really fun. Panthere on the top, Locust on the bottom, and the Locust, you might think I'm crazy for saying it's one of my favorite cars. Insanely difficult to drive. It's really tough to learn. What you got to do is what they call throttle brake. So use your throttle at the same time as you use your brake. Makes it a little easier, but you'll see the lap isn't quite as smooth as the Panthere there on top. It is a little bit faster, though, it looks like, coming through these corners. The Panthere is fun. It looks great, but there's a big problem with it. It understeers its speed, and I know some of you guys don't like it when I say that, but man, understeer can kill a car's handling, especially on this track. You can see the outline on the top right. It's kind of like a Baby Willow Springs mixed with some other stuff, but it's really kind of tough to get around the track. It can't get to the bottom there on that last turn, and as you see coming onto this start-finish line, its acceleration advantage is not going to be enough to catch that Locust, so the Panthere almost a full second behind the Locust, but that means I guess to put the Growler and the Locust on the screen at the same time. This is going to be awesome. So, how fast are these two cars? Well, the Growler, I said it's been nerfed and unnerfed and just all over the place by Rockstar, so this will maybe be a new time for us here, but the Locust, we saw is pretty quick. The Panthere was fast-ish. The Locust, pretty quick, but it can't keep up with the Growler through that first section. We've got a half-second gap through the first sector, so the Growler, I will say, has the best rotation in all of GTA. Hands down, best rotation. Unbelievably hard to drive fast, but once you can nail it down, you got to control your throttle, control your steering, control your brake, do all of that. Once you can get it like this, it's so ridiculously fast. It gains a whole second on the Locust in the second section, and that's the hardest sector of the track. Coming through this final corner, it goes to the bottom so easily. Both of them hit the bottom of the track easily there, but such a huge gap for the Growler as we come down that start-finish line. My baby, the Growler, a 57.7, so fast here. So now we've got another different order. It's all jacked up. What's that going to mean for the speed score? Well, the Panthere is nowhere near the Growler. We know that here at this track at least, but it was faster top speed-wise. It was faster as far as acceleration goes. It cannot catch my Growler, though, of course. The Growler is going to stay at the top of these cars here with an 89 speed score. Can't quite get back into the 90s, which is where it was before Rockstar started messing with it. But the Panthere, the Locust, so close with those speed scores. I mean, that's just awesome. Awesome balance. Really, these are three great cars. What I'll tell you, again, you're not going to win races, except you might win races in the Growler if you get used to it. The Locust is so hard to drive, along with the Growler, the two maybe hardest cars to drive in the game. But once you get used to it, if you want to get better at driving in GTA, I tell you, try the Locust out. It will definitely improve your ability to drive in the game. This Alpine A110 R, as I have it dressed up, is so good looking. That understeer will make it easier to drive in free roam, but it's going to hold you back in races a little bit. I really don't know if it's worth the high price tag though, guys. Let me know what you think in the comments. I'd love to hear from you there. If you're still here and you want to see more of me, feel free to subscribe to the channel and like the video if you enjoyed what you saw. It helps me out a lot. Thanks again. Hope to see you next time.